Hi everybody. I wanted to come on today and talk to you a little bit about my phonics and why I made my phonics the way I made it, if that makes sense. I should tell you a wee bit about my background first. So I'm a teacher. I graduated in 2001 and I'm a primary teacher, worked mainly in primary, and then in my last few years before I started the business, I worked in nursery. As part of the nursery, I was asked to create a phonics scheme, and I created one using clipart initially, but I based it around all my experiences. Now, as a teacher, I learned that children and adults learn much faster and retain things much better if we have cues. I remember having this wonderful teacher come into our school, and she taught us or talked to us about having cues for everything, whether it was a sign, whether it was a song, or anything like that. Children would respond really well to this. Without realising, I had actually been teaching that way a lot. With everything that I did, if the children were finding anything tricky, I created songs, dances, actions to everything. We basically danced our times tables out of the classroom. I had poems, and I turned letters and numbers into characters to make them cheeky or something that children would remember. When we were learning secret, as I called it, secret letters and spellings, I would always spell it out, but when it came to the silent letter, we would whisper it. So it was like friends, Friend. So when this teacher came in and it was almost an in-service for us, I felt so inspired because she just made me go, I've been doing that. And not only that, I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm going to do even more. So when I created the phonics, I thought to myself, right, I want as many cues in this as possible. I want a picture that's colourful, that the children are attracted to. I want a story that's not too long and overcomplicated, just a short story, and I want a song. Then I also want an action, because children like actions and things like that. So with every letter, I did that. I created a character. I created a character that linked closely to the sound, a sound that we would maybe make if we were behaving the same way as that character. I created, sorry, I've got pins and needles in my foot. Sorry, take my shoe off. I created a song, I created an action, and I made it nice and colourful. When I say I made it nice and colourful, I had used clipart to create the first draft of the phonics, and then my brilliant friend Ross Mackenzie, who's also an author, he came along and I showed him the clip art, said to him I kind of wanted a kind of Mr. Man egg-like kind of character, and he came up with all of these, which I'm so proud of, and he should be so proud of too. So if we look at a few of them, H for example, H says, so that was a really easy one for me. As soon as I looked at that, I thought running, that's the sound we make when we're running. L, oh look at L, ooh, 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 is a really lazy sound. So immediately I could make up a story for L, nice and easy. Some of them were trickier, like I, but I kind of thought to myself, well, when you're trying to think of an idea, you might make that something like that. Well, children could relate to that anyway. And G, oh, that's my favourite one, g, 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 g. That made me initially think of something that if you're drinking, g, 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 g. And this one here, he's a cheeky one. He's always drinking his juice when his mum says, do not drink your juice. So over time they developed. I had stories, and then as I kind of told them to the children, I would add to it and make it more funny, make it a little more cheeky. Children love it. Children just love stories. Anything with a story and any character that's a little bit cheeky, children love. So initially, I didn't have a song. I just had the story, the action, and the picture, which was clip art at the time. And then when Ross was working on the artwork, I started creating songs as well. Now, the songs are always short. I do that on purpose, and they always start the same. So with H, we would have my name is H, and I say the letter's name, and I do that on purpose. I'll tell you why. So my name is H. My name is H. I like to run, keeping fit is fun. I jog everywhere I go. So every song's like that. My name is, and then the sound. My name is, and then the sound. And then we have 2 lines just set, given the story within the song. I make it really, really simple. And I do that because repetition, making it simple, is what children respond well to. Never overcomplicate. I always say simple is best. So we have our picture. We have a very short story. Now, when I say short story, Sandra, who used to work with me, she always put the stories in the back, and that is the length of it. And then it would always have the action at the end. So it says here, jog on the spot or run round, making sound as you do it. So this basically is the symbol. The children like to get up on their feet as well, but that's the sign that we use for it. For J, we jump, j, 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 j. For S, s. For F, 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 f. So we have all these signs, and again, these are cues for the children. So if a child is looking at a letter and they're not sure what that letter is, but if you just look at them and go, that's enough sometimes for them to just go, oh, it's I said there that in the song I talk about the letter's name and the letter's sound, and the reason why I do that is because I remember when I first started teaching and I went into a primary 1 class, and I had a primary 1 class for a year, I was really nervous. I remember thinking, am I allowed to mention the letter's name? Am I allowed to mention, is it just the sound I mention? What am I allowed to do? And I was never really sure. But then I kind of, as I got more experience, I became more confident, and I realised that there's nothing wrong with saying the letter's name. Children learn the ABC song at a really young age, and they're learning the letter's name. It's just if we teach them the difference. As babies, we're always saying, what does the cow say? Moo. What does the cat say? Meow. What does the dog say? Woof. We say that all the time to children, but we're frightened to say, what does H say? H says, what does J say? J says j, j, j. So don't be frightened to use both, but just explain the difference. That is his name, and he says one of the reasons why I do teach the names is because of the vowels. Because as you and I know, if 2 vowels are together, 1 vowel is saying its name. Sometimes with magic E, 1 vowel is saying its name. So it's important that children are aware of the name of the letters as well as the sounds, because every now and then some of our letters say their names in words, and that's a nice simple way of explaining it, just by saying she sometimes says her name, she sometimes says her name. So that's how I kind of do it. I'm trying to summarize here. I don't want to go on forever because I'm already at 8 minutes. I use cues for everything though. I use cues for days of the week, and I put a wee picture beside my days of the week, and I'm going to put this on Etsy as well if anyone wants to download it. And I also, so days of the week, if I just kind of show you that nice and quickly, I put an action with it as well. So I call it Moany Monday. Moany Monday, that's a sign for Monday because we used to sign it in class as well. And we go Tuesday, because she doesn't, if you look at the symbol, she's like, I don't know what I want, I don't know what. Wednesday. Now, for me as a child, I used to think, do people get married on a Wednesday? Because it's Wedding Wednesday. So that's what we call it in class, Wedding Wednesday. We have Thirsty Thursday. G loves Thirsty Thursday. Fry up on a Friday. Saturday on Saturday. And we say in class, the sun comes out on Sunday. Now, I'll do a proper video on that. And I want to show you my numbers as well. We also have reach for the sun, it's number 1. Me and you make number 2. We have number 3 has a big belly. Sit on the floor and make number 4. So the reason why I put a wee picture cue beside my numbers and beside my days of the week is so that children will recognise the symbol and they'll know what it is. But then eventually their little eyes are drawn to the number or the days of the week, and they start to recognise it without the symbol. So the symbol is just a cue, and I love using cues. So later on I am going to make a video with our number poem, And at some point I will make a video with our days of the week as well, with our little cues. I'm also going to put them on Etsy, so if anyone wants to download, they can. So I'm going to stop because we're at 10 minutes and that's way too much to talk on YouTube. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Bye bye.